What's up? I'm Nathan Williams. Vital BMX had a poll on what trick for me to teach you how to do, and pedal hang-5's one. And so it's raining outside today, and so we're here at 6th Avenue, and I'm going to teach you how to learn pedal hang-5's. Yeah, so to begin learning pedal hang-5's, you'd probably want to learn hang-5's first. I did. It gets you used to leaning forward on your bike and like being on the front wheel only. You know, with the hang-5, my foot is off the pedal and it helps me balance. You know, I can move it back and forth, and that's kind of like what I use as my balance point. The pedal hang-5 is my foot is still on the pedal, and I use more of my body to balance. When you're just learning pedal hang-5's, I think it's easier to maybe try it on a wedge-to-wedge in a skate park rather than a curb island or something like that where you have to hop up. With a wedge-to-wedge, you can just kind of roll up the wedge and pop right into it instead of having to bunny hop and get into it that way. I think it's a little bit easier and it'd be better to learn that way. Also, when you're first learning this trick, first it's going to take a long time. I spent hours trying it, flipping over the bars. It gets frustrating, but if you just keep with it, you'll get it. And it's probably good to start with a smaller wedge-to-wedge or whatever you're learning on, maybe, you know, smaller length or distance, you know, just so you can kind of get the feel for popping into it and kind of get the balance point, and then you can move on to maybe a little bit bigger one. Once you know the balance point, you can pretty much, you know, you can go as far as you want. You probably want to go about the same speed as you would to do a hang-5 or maybe a manual. You know, you don't want to go too fast because that's when it gets scary. If you go too slow when you're first learning it, the balance point is a little bit touchy. So you kind of want to go at like a medium speed. And when you're rolling up the wedge, you know, you lift your back end like you're going to do a nose manual, and you put your front foot on the peg and you keep your back foot on the pedal. I try to also keep a little bit of pressure on my seat, and it seems like it keeps the bike from swaying side to side, and it also helps with the balance point. You know, you kind of know if you're about to flip over or if you're not steep enough, that kind of thing. 3 key points for learning kind of how to balance with this trick. You want to keep your back foot kind of up, and that keeps the back end up, and you want to keep your hips farther towards the bars. And also you want to keep your upper body farther over the bars. And then your head kind of like bobs back and forth, and it'll feel really weird like the first couple times you try it, you know. But your head actually keeps your balance point, you know, like your upper body is leaning farther forward and that keeps the back end up. When you're about to come back into a wedge or you know, flat ground, whatever you're trying it on, I tend to push down, almost like preload or whatever you want to call it. I just push down on my front wheel. That'll like pop you up, and then, you know, find your pedal and ride away. Once you have this trick down in skate parks, that's when you can take it to curb islands or benches or whatever you can find, really, because that's when it gets a little bit tricky because you have to bunny hop up onto it. I just want to stress that this is going to be a frustrating trick to learn. Be patient, it'll come. Thanks for voting on this trick, and good luck.